Boys and girls, it's so good to see you this morning. I have one of my favorite books to be able to read with you today. It's called The Hare and the Tortoise. Another word for hare is a rabbit, and tortoise right here is the turtle. The Hare and the Tortoise. What in the world could this book be about with a bunny rabbit and a turtle? Well, let's start reading and find out. The Hare and the Tortoise. Once upon a time, a hare and a tortoise lived near a large open field. Every day the hare went zigzagging across the field. With a hippity-hop, hoppity-hop, his long hind legs made it easy for him to move quickly. If danger was near, off he would scamper, quick as a flash. The tortoise, on the other hand, was not very fast. He plodded along slowly without a care in the world. It so happened that the hare loved to make fun of how slowly the tortoise moved. The tortoise tried not to let it bother him, but he did not like it. One day, the hare began teasing the tortoise in front of the other animals. That is not very nice. "You are slow," said the hare, "that I get tired just watching you. Why, if you were any slower, you would be standing still." All of the other animals watched and listened. They wanted to see what the tortoise would do. The tortoise pretended to pay no attention to the hare, but he was listening and he did not like what he heard. "Say, tortoise," continued the hare, "why do you bother to go anywhere at all? By the time you get there, it is time to come home again. If you can't move faster than that, someone will surely think you are a statue." Ooh, the tortoise doesn't look very happy. He looks kind of upset. Maybe a little angry. Finally, the tortoise could take it no more. "Look here," he said. "You may scamper quickly about, but your mouth runs faster than your feet. Why, I could win a race against you without even trying." Do you think in a race the tortoise would beat the hare? "Don't be ridiculous," said the hare. "I can run circles around you, and you know it." But the tortoise replied, "You have boasted long enough. Now let your actions match your words. I will race against you, and I will win." So the other animals laid out of a course, and they appointed the fox to be the judge. He gave the starting signal at the race to begin. So there they are, about to have their race. The hare was out of sight in a blink of an eye, but the tortoise moved along at its usual pace. He did not even look like he was in a race. Before long, the hare was so far ahead that he slowed down. Then he stopped altogether. This is a joke. He thought it will be hours before the tortoise gets this far. Besides, it's too hot for running a race. Why, I should take a nap and finish the race in the cool of the day. I have plenty of time before the tortoise catches up with me. So the hare decides to take a nap during the race because he thinks the tortoise will take so long to catch up that he has time to take a nap. Do you think that's a good idea, that he takes a nap during the race? Oh. So the hare yawned and stretched out in the cool shade under some hedges. Soon he was fast asleep. In the meantime, the tortoise continued to plod along, one slow step at a time. By and by, he came to the hedge where the hare had stopped to sleep, and he saw that the hare was still there. So he continued on his way, slowly drawing closer and closer to the finish line. Uh-oh. So the tortoise is getting pretty close to the finish line. And what is the hare doing? He is sound asleep. Suddenly, the hare awoke with a start. Look at his face. He sat up and looked around. Then he saw that it was too late for him to win the race. For there was the tortoise far ahead, crossing the finish line. Look at the tortoise at the finish line. The hare was too ashamed to face the other animals. So he crept silently away, and the tortoise proclaimed the winner. The other animals were quite surprised. "How did you do that?" they asked. The tortoise winked and said, "Slow and steady wins the race." And then he slowly walked away. So the tortoise said, "Slow and steady wins the race." Would you have believed that a tortoise would have beat a hare in a race? But he said slow and steady wins the race. So even if you do something really, really fast, it might not always be the best thing to do. The tortoise said sometimes you need to take your time and go slowly to do your very best work. And that will win the race. Alrighty, boys and girls, thank you so much for reading with me today. I'll talk with you very, very soon.